Hey, sounds like somebody's here. Give me one. Where are we? Gotta close this thing down. Gotta go up here. Hey, who do we have here? Hey, Beth, how you doing? I can't hear you, but I can see you. Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Hey, there you. I hear you. Something came on.
It's Beth.
Hey, Beth, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Happy New Year.
You too. Thank you.
How was your holidays?
Awesome.
Good. How'd you do on the weight?
I'm at 121.
Oh, ooh, I love that. Music.
Yeah, I got back down. So
that's really good. Despite the holidays, right? Despite all the parties and the festivities, you're at 121 today. I think that's great. Did you do it after the first of the year?
Well, it was slow. Yeah, after first.
Yeah, just boom, boom, right? So while you're while you're on this weight loss phase, keep it going, right? This is the time now, and this is 2015. It's the beginning of the new year. I mean, new beginnings. This is it. This is it. This is so exciting. So yeah, now we just want to keep it going. Just push a little bit harder. I mean, I don't remember what your ultimate number is. What did we say before?
Well, I liked it here and was gonna stay here, but now I don't. So okay. I don't know.
115 or 110?
Yeah, 115.
Perfect. I mean, how far away is that? It's nothing. I mean, you're gonna wake up tomorrow and be there, right? So this is exciting, but do see it all the way through to 115. You're so close.
I know. I'm so close.
And I'm so excited for you. So let me know. I mean, if your target is 115, that's it. Then that'll be it. Let's hit that, and then let's stay there for a while. Right?
Okay.
Let me know when you hit that number, though.
Okay.
Because then I'll do a little thing for you. Keep you on board for a while. All right.
Okay.
It'll be great. This will be lots of fun, and it'll be great for you. I mean, trust me. You think you like this now? Wait till you get there. You're gonna love it so much. You're gonna look back at the old days and say, "How could I ever have tolerated the extra pounds?"
Well, but this is my question. Why? Okay, 125, I was comfortable, I was good, but then that wasn't good enough, so then 121. Now I'm going, I used to love this, and I don't love it anymore. So
that's it. So you'll know when the time has come to stop.
Okay.
But keep going, because you now have control. That's the thing that's different between now and times in the past when you've lost weight, is now it's totally under your control. Now it's actually easy to lose weight, right? You can do it at a moment's notice if you want to. You just stop eating. I mean, get your fill of taste. Get all the flavors in that you want to, satisfy your craving for things. Mm-hmm. Put the rest in the trash. The hunger goes away instantly, especially since your hunger status is set to a smaller volume. So great. It doesn't take very long of doing this consecutive meals before you're down to your goal. And then, you just get to play with it. You get to toy with your, manipulate, mold your body a little bit. It feels so good. And you really hone in on how good it feels to be light, how more acute your senses are, how much better things taste, how much better you look, just everything, So you're so close. Just
I know.
just come on, push it all the way through. You're so close. I'm so excited for
I
you.
know. I'm 6 pounds away.
It's nothing. It's there.
I know.
And part of the excitement is just being able to do something that nobody else can do. Being able to lose those 6 pounds. I mean, it's like you're actually completing your weight loss goal. I mean, whoever does that? I mean, people might say they need to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds, and they lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds. They realize, well, they really should lose more. But I mean, to actually be done, to never talk about weight again. Oh my gosh! I mean, that is such a momentous occasion. You should want to get there tomorrow. I mean, just be done. I mean,
yeah, but are you sure? Are you sure that's going to happen? How do you know that's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
That you don't ever have to think about it, and
you won't. You won't have to think about the need to lose weight. I mean, I haven't thought about the need to lose weight for, I don't know, 10 years. 10 years.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's just not an issue. I mean, yeah, I go up and I go down. I might go up a pound and say, I should probably drop a pound or two. But it's different. I can't explain it. It's different when you're hovering around your ideal goal. It's just different. You'll see. It's just awesome. I mean, you might go up a little bit, but you'll go right back down. You might go under your target a little bit, and you may love it, or you may say, you know what, I need to gain a few pounds. Fine.
So when you eat now, do you have any thought of when to stop? Are you conscious still of or is it just all natural?
It's all natural. I can't say it's all natural. Now there are times when, I guess because of peer pressure, I'll eat an extraordinary amount of food. I mean, it's just because I do. It's like, oh, why did I do that? And I walk away and I'm uncomfortable. And then,
you still do that?
Yeah, not very often. I try to avoid it because I hate how it feels, right?
Yeah.
That's what you do. I mean, that's part of life. I mean, there'll be times, there'll be times when for whatever reason, I skip meals. I mean, there are times when that happens too. But, when I way overindulge, I have no problem going really light on my subsequent meal. And then the meal after that, I'm right back on track. Yeah.
So, okay, what if I did 5 times a day, 3 meals?
Perfect.
5 bites. Like I do. Fine. Like I've been doing 5 breakfast, 5 for lunch, 5 for dinner.
Okay, it's fine.
So I'm figuring by Saturday.
That's still way too little. That's still way too little food for your body, and you'll get down to your magic number really quickly.
So I was thinking by Saturday or maybe a week or 2, it would be I'd be there.
Honestly, if you were to do 5 bites 3 times a day,
but they're
anybody
big
who
bites.
might listen to this, that's not the plan, right? I mean, that's even going a little beyond it. Because the reality is, if I give you 5 bites 3 times a day, those are 5 big bites, and every now and then you get extra bites, and everything escalates from that. So I still focus on 5 bites twice a day, and please try and stick to the diet perfectly. But now, for argument's sake, you're doing 5 appropriately portioned bites. You're doing it 3 times a day. You're losing a huge amount of weight. You're doing it quickly.
Okay.
You'll get there for sure.
Okay, because that's sustainable for me. When I do 2 so strict,
it's too hard for you.
I can't sustain it. Then I have these huge blow-its.
Yeah, I'd rather you find something that works for you, that's sustainable, than not sustainable at all, where you're completely out the deep end, right?
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do the 5 bites 3 times a day. Perfect. I can't wait until you are at your goal. I just can't wait. I'm so excited.
Me too.
I'm so excited. So yay! How's your daughter doing?
She's good. She gained 7, and she was so upset. But now she's down again.
Is she? Well, good. Why didn't she ever come on? She should come on.
She's been in Chile. She's been all over, but she's here now with her cousins. We've had so much company, but I'll try to go get her and
it'd be great
and bring her on. But she's back on. She's doing very well.
Good. So work together. I mean, you guys are a team, a mother-daughter duo.
Yeah.
Like no one has seen before. Again, I just can't comment. I mean, you look brilliant. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
You know how good you feel, and it all goes together, right? So
yeah, you do feel way better.
It's such a great thing. So I'm so excited.
it's like I never thought 121. I told my sister yesterday, she's like, you're not doing it. You're thin as a rail. My mom says that too. And I said, no, I'm done. But then I'm like thinking today, I don't like this. I mean,
And here's the other thing. They can't see what you know is there. So if you can feel extra abdominal
Yep.
fat, you gotta keep going.
Yeah.
And trust me, I mean, even forget about whether you can actually see it or not. It makes such a difference in how you feel. It's this, almost intangible level of awareness. Once this extra weight is gone, you will just simply be a different person. You'll feel like you're on top of the world, like you're in complete control of everything. It's awesome.
Because one of your chats I listened to, you were talking about the thyroid is the size of a walnut, and like fat can be like the size of a watermelon, and it's shooting out of the hormones, and
it's just amazing, right? So we got to keep going way, way down. We got to really get that extra weight down. The thing about fat is it is volume dependent in terms of the amount of hormones it produces. It doesn't have feedback regulation like the thyroid. So the thyroid regulates our thyroid hormone based on how high or low our thyroid level in our body is. If our thyroid level in our body dips down, then there's more thyroid stimulating hormone being produced, whatever, to raise the thyroid level.
Right.
Fat doesn't work by a feedback control mechanism. Fat strictly works by a volume mechanism. The more fat, the more interleukins being produced, the more suppression of your thyroid gland. The less fat, the less of these inflammatory cytokines that are being produced. So, the more you lose, the better for your body, the better you feel, for a bunch of literally, explainable reasons, for tangible reasons. So, I mean, this is great. Do you take any medications or no?
No, just vitamins.
Love it. Perfect. You're doing great. You're doing good.
Yeah.
How much exercise are you getting in?
I ride my bike with my dog in the morning.
Just because it's fun. It's enjoyable.
It's fun. It's enjoyable. And a couple times I did work out. My knees kind of going, but because I used to run a lot. And I taught PE on the cement slab for years and ran and did marathons and triathlons. So the knees going. So this diet.
Biking's good for your knees.
Doesn't hurt.
That's perfect. Doesn't it? Do you notice a difference when you exercise compared to?
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding? I've lost like almost 30 pounds. I think I was carrying 3 bowling balls.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can feel it. So it makes exercising actually kind of fun. You look forward to it. And when you do it, it's easy. So there's, now even more reasons to exercise. You actually enjoy it more.
Yeah.
And then, of course, consequently, it helps even further keep your weight in check, right?
Yeah.
It's all good.
But I can't. What you say is so true. It really jacks my hunger. So I have to not go hard yet.
That's it.
So I just enjoy it, and I ride in the mornings, and it's freezing, but I ride, and it's nice. I don't have to hammer and go, oh, have I done an hour? Have I done an hour and a half?
That's right. And if you are ever out there and you're exercising, you're like, I'm just, for whatever reason today, I'm just tired. I don't feel like going anymore. Don't stop, go back, you're done. Because exercise should just be for enjoyment. You're certainly not doing exercise to lose weight. We already know how to lose weight, right?
Yeah.
So exercise is just for pleasure. And if you are no longer having pleasure when you're exercising, stop. You're done. Do something else.
That's what my daughter and I talked about, because all my kids are addicted to exercise since they were born. I mean, in the womb, I was running and stuff, and so they all are very into it. But she said, this is the best because we can you don't have to worry. You don't have to hammer yourself on it.
That's it.
You can enjoy it.
Enjoy it. And it really makes exercising enjoyable.
Yeah.
The enjoyment of it. It's good for the brain. And really, that's why you do it.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is, we know the rest of it's controlled other ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. I think it's great.
Is anybody else on?
Nope, just you and me.
Okay, I have to tell you, my sister, I told you last time, lost 55 pounds.
It's huge. It's awesome.
She's 238 right now. Mm-hmm. She just got to, I think she just got to 234, so it's been over 50-some pounds.
Awesome.
Off 7 medications.
Isn't that, see, that's music to my ears, right? That's what it's all about. It's getting off these things that we previously were reliant on to control the damage from the fat, right? So, I mean, we get rid of the fat. We don't need all these pills.
Right.
Oh, how great is that? I mean,
I
that's
mean,
living. That's
but
what it's all about.
how do you feel that God used you and your brain and everything to you're saving her life?
It makes me, I'm flattered.
I
I
mean,
don't know what else to say. I mean, I
she
feel
couldn't.
flattered.
She came here at Christmas. Last time I saw her, she couldn't do zoo lights at the zoo because she
Mhm.
can't walk. We
Mhm.
went to Disneyland. She had to ride a scooter because she was
Mhm.
290 or something like
Mm.
that. She walked the zoo. She
Loved it.
ate her 5 bites. I
I
mean,
loved it. I
and
love it.
she's like, it's amazing. It's
And
amazing.
here's the amazing thing for her, right? She can look like you. It's going to take some
Yeah,
time, but she
yeah,
has that potential. And
yeah,
I keep reinforcing that. You can go down as far as you want. Dr. Lewis, just keeps reinforcing that. We all can get to whatever weight we want to.
yeah,
So, I mean, that's really, really exciting. But I'm so
yeah,
thrilled that she's off all those medications. And she's
yeah.
happy, right? I mean,
Uh,
she's happy.
she got a little depressed yesterday because she said it's hard. I mean, come on, it gets hard sometimes.
It does. I
Not
guess
for
for
you,
me,
but
well, I guess it does. For me, I sort of have forgotten it because it was so long ago that I actually
yeah,
went through that weight loss
yeah,
phase, and
yeah,
that's so far gone. So I forget. For me, the more I look back on it, the whole
yeah.
experience was just a bowl of cherries. I mean, obviously it wasn't, but now when I just look back and say, I think I was laughing the whole time. Obviously not, but you sort of lose sight of what it was really like because it was so far back in the past.
Yes,
All I can
yes,
say is this: if you do it right, it is done before you know it. And then once you're there, it's you start to really focus on all the benefits, and the whole experience becomes very, very positive. So even when you look back to the weight loss period, you'll remember it in a positive light. So but I do remember. I do know it's hard. I am so aware of it. And of course, I see people all day long in the office. You're right. It's hard, but it's worth it. So keep fighting the good fight. Do what.
so the people that you work with in your office,
Mhm.
do they see you weekly? Do they see you?
Sometimes, but not very
Okay.
often. I mean, usually when we start off, I start out, sort of like I said in the book. I mean, I try and see people after the first week of getting started, and then after the second week, then the third 3 weeks later, and then about once a month. I like to see people about once a month, but sometimes I space out even more, once every
Hmm.
3 months. It sort of depends
Hmm.
on people's own self discipline and control. For somebody who really has it, yeah, I'll see them once every 3 months. Just sort of check in.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, but
And then as far as like the maintenance, the
mhm,
people that you have, do they
mhm.
typically maintain forever? Like,
Yep, yep,
do you see them
yep,
after?
yep. I'll see them every now and then. They're still at their ideal weight. Sometimes they go up. I can't say 100%. Sometimes they'll go up a little bit,
But they hover
but
around.
they hover around there. That's it. They just sort of find their comfort zone. And everyone's comfort zone is different. For me, in an ideal world, we as humans are meant to be really thin. Everybody would look really thin. That's
Hmm.
not comfortable for everybody, particularly in the environment we are in, because here in America, guys are supposed to look big and strong and all that.
Right.
So it's not comfortable for some people to be thin. So you know, we'll get down where they're off all their medication. They're really healthy from a metabolic standpoint. But
Hmm.
just aren't comfortable enough at that weight, so they'll put some weight back on, and maybe they've got to go back on one or two pills. But that's
Hmm.
where they are most comfortable. So I'm okay with that.
So how do you know who to push and who not to push?
That's the art of practice. I mean, that's what I sort of acquired over the years. And I'm
So
not perfect.
you know by our personalities
Yeah,
how to differentiate who to push and
I
who
think
not to
so.
push.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm
Yeah, because I've
again,
heard.
I mess up every now and then. I do my best. I'm not perfect,
Yeah.
but I think I do a pretty good job at it. I get to know somebody, and then we have fun with it. We talk about it. I mean, ultimately, it comes down to you. It's where you feel most comfortable.
Right.
But I love it if you're willing to at least give the thinner weights a test drive. Try
Right.
them out on your own. See if you really do like them, because I think you're going to find that it's as good as I built it up to be. I really do.
Yeah, I heard you and Dennis, the guy Dennis. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Well, he
I
comes
heard
on
you on
every now
a
and then.
I heard you guys on an old chat, and I just hear him going, if people really knew how great it was, they would just do it
That's
and
right.
get that last 10 pounds off.
That's exactly right. And that's why I say these last 6 for you, perfect. Remind me your height again.
5'4".
Ooh, we might go down to 110.
Oh, here we go. Are you
I'm
serious?
serious. We're just going to go, but ultimately, I mean, I'm like, I haven't examined you, right? Ultimately, we go until the stomach is really flat. Then we're done.
Oh,
Then we're done.
God. I was just so glad you agreed to 115.
You know what? I'll even tolerate 115 if at
Oh,
115 your stomach is flat. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, that's something for you to decide. But
Does
you,
that ensure that flat stomach? Does that ensure that you're not going to that you're going to be able to control your eating and
absolutely. Our hunger is in part driven by the extra fat on the body. It doesn't guarantee that bad things from a health standpoint aren't going to happen down the road. I mean, we're all
right,
going to die. There's no
right, right,
preventing it, right? It's
right.
the most sure way, though, of preventing chronic diseases that do affect our life, that do affect morbidity as well as mortality. So, by getting as thin as we can, we have lowered the risks of those things happening. Ultimately, though, we're going to die. Ideally, if everything is perfect, we have no fat in the body, we don't develop the chronic metabolic disease that plagues so many people, and sometime far in the future, when you're least expecting it in the middle of the night, you pass away. That's the ideal situation. Okay? So that's ultimately what we're going for. You know,
But does that? But you we talked via email a little bit, and you were saying, because I asked you how long it took to achieve you not having that like magnetic pull to food,
mhm.
and you were saying that when you hit like 140 or something.
Yeah, for me, for
It,
you, that's why I say you 115, maybe even 110, somewhere in there.
well, I was like in sixth grade or eighth
Oh,
grade when I weighed that.
no, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. No doubt.
Oh God! All
You're
right.
gonna do it. It's gonna be awesome. The thing is so close. And it's remember this, it's the very beginning of the year. It's the very beginning of 2015. This is the year when everything good happens. And you're gonna get the year started off with a bang. You're just gonna blast your way down to perfection in terms physical perfection. Then it's just fun flaunting it. Seriously.
Because
Great fun.
I told you I don't like flaunting. I'm not a
Well, you know
flaunter.
what I mean. I'm not saying you have to dress up in a skin tight, bodysuit and go out there. I'm not saying that, but it's neat to have that personal. I guess you can flaunt it personally. It's
Yeah,
neat to have the confidence to go
yeah,
to a party where everybody else is around. Everybody else is sitting there talking about how great the food is, but oh, their weight and oh, how many pounds is going to put on and oh,
totally.
it's just it's amazing what you hear. But oh, you
Yeah.
got to have another bite. So they're sitting there eating, but they're at the same time lamenting how much exercise they're going to have to do afterward, right?
Yes, yes.
You, on the other hand, are going to go and just simply enjoy it. So you're just going and enjoying the party. That's flaunting
Yeah.
that's flaunting your weight. That's flaunting your success.
And
Just relax.
you have no magnetic pull to food or
No, here's the thing. I mean, no, I wouldn't say I do. When I'm full, I'm full, and when I'm full, I mean I'm full. Right? There's just nothing. There's nothing that drives me to eat. When I get hungry, come lunchtime or dinner time,
mhm.
everything sounds so good, and I love everything, and I do. And some days I'll crave one thing, some days I'll crave another thing, and they're so good, right? And
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
gosh, but it's amazing. I mean, you'll take a couple bites of something, you're like, oh my gosh, that magnetic pull is gone. It's like, oh, I've had it, I'm done, or I've
And
already.
when did that happen? When did that happen? That happened way, like you
God,
said,
I wish I could remember now what it used to be like. Because when I was 190,
yeah.
close to 200, I remember always being hungry. But
But how do
all I
you
know is I'm no
know?
longer like that.
But
Not
how do
even
you
close.
know that? How do you know that we're all going to have that? Do all your patients share that?
They do, and
They do?
I'll tell you what tells me that. It's just that over time, the the weight people do not regress on their weight. Look at the Slimming Station's weight tracker. What's the number to?
I don't know.
So it's close to 7,000 pounds lost.
My gosh.
Look at it on the homepage when you log in sometime.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put in your weight tracker that you've lost 5 pounds, there'll be 5 pounds taken off the weight tracker. If you add 5 pounds to your weight, 5 pounds will go on the weight tracker. Mm-hmm. Right? But we're seeing like close to 7,000 pounds. So over all this time, these are people
it's not going to be
over all this time lost it and kept it off, right?
Yeah.
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 He's gone. It's like my wife when she comes in the room. I have to shoo her out.
Shut up.
No way, leave. So it's the same type of thing. But no, I mean it's intrinsically sustainable. You will understand why. If everyone, when they got thin, had that magnetic pull back to food, the weight tracker would over time go back to zero.
Yes,
but
I see what you're saying.
It just hasn't. And I obviously speak from a personal standpoint, but I also speak from 10 years of experience. You're not going to go back. It's just not going to happen.
I never want to.
That's right. And it's not going to happen. But trust me on this, you are going to want to push a little bit more. If you are still feeling that drive to eat too much from time to time, we lose more weight.
Okay. So that's kind of the guide then.
That's it. That's part of it.
Yeah.
That's absolutely part of it.
Because I used to be, 121 is great. This is awesome.
And I bet you look great.
And now I'm like, no, this isn't working.
But here's the reality. You can, and you've got, you can, you do have the reserves to keep pushing. You have no fear of anything. From a health standpoint,
absolutely.
it would actually be healthier to be closer to even 105, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and push the boundaries. Let's see how close you can get, how far down you can go.
Yeah.
And life is just good. It's just good.
Because the 3x5 though is, like I said, it's way more sustainable.
Do it.
And I'm not in this big rush hurry anymore because the biggest chunk is gone.
By far. How much weight have you lost so far?
Like 27 pounds.
That's great. Yeah, almost 30 pounds.
28 pounds. 28 pounds.
On your little body, that's an enormous percentage of extra weight gone. I mean, that's a huge amount of weight.
Oh yeah.
Huge amount of weight, right?
I mean, I've been thin my whole life.
That's right.
In the past 12 years, I don't know. I couldn't buy a pound away.
Yeah.
I couldn't buy a pound to get away. I mean, anything I tried didn't work.
To lose weight.
To lose, yeah.
You're saying the last 12 years? That long?
Yeah, because I had 4 kids, and my first 3, I've always worked out, spit a kid out, worked out the whole up until the very end, into labor with one of my kids.
Jeez.
Worked out and had the kids lose the weight, no problem. Oh my gosh, my 4th at 38 years old, I had him. Holy crap! I couldn't lose weight if I tried, no matter what. And I was doing all the same. I was eating the same. I was working out, but
your metabolism just slowed.
That's right.
Yeah. So you just have to make the adjustment in the amount that you eat. But once you learn to make that adjustment, it's actually really easy. The key until we finish losing the rest of the weight is consistency on volume size. Keep the bites the same. So always have 5 bites. If you have to do 3 meals a day, fine. Just separate them by at least 4 hours.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So do that. Give the stomach a chance to fully empty. But 3 bites, 3 meals of 5 bites each. Keep the bites the same size, the same total volume. You're going to be great. You're going to be down to a magic number in like no time.
Oh, I'm working.
So let me ask you, what does your husband think?
Oh, he tells everybody. He loves it.
He's excited.
Yeah.
He
loves it.
Great.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
He loves it, and you wouldn't believe the people's lives that you have touched. I mean,
I love it.
My daughter's friends, my one girl in particular, the whole family is pretty heavy, and she's like, I haven't weighed this since I was in high school. She's
Isn't that
lost.
Great news?
Oh, and she's a young girl. She's just lost so much weight, and she's so happy.
Yeah. It absolutely changes people's lives.
It does. But when I did it, she gave me so much crap about it. Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, that's crazy.
It's,
Snicker bars.
it's amazing when you look back at it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because now it just seems so obvious and so. I mean, it just obvious. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, this is the way we should lose weight. It seems like once you've
Yes.
done it, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's
But
just.
go ahead.
I mean, I think it's mostly the media builds up so many challenges, social challenges to
Mm-hmm.
losing weight. They don't want you to be thin. They really try and enforce this idea that it's okay to be overweight. Well,
Mm-hmm.
from a physical standpoint, I don't care, but from a health standpoint, no, it's not okay. And really, I wish there were somebody out there stressing the fact that, strictly speaking, health, we need to be thin. It is important to be thin. It's not okay
Yeah.
to be overweight, you
Yeah.
know. But and then of course, how do you do it? Well, this is the way you do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I love knowing that you're out there, you're spreading the good word, and that you have. I mean, you've spread to these other families, right?
Yeah. There, you wouldn't believe the
Great.
people that
I
are
love
just
it.
like, and they think it's crazy. And then we have the book, and it's like, just read. And my daughter's boyfriend was reading yesterday
Okay,
about it, and I guess it makes sense now. Once
good.
you read the science, you can't argue with it.
That's right. That's the one thing. Science is irrefutable.
Yeah,
You
you
just
can't argue.
can't argue with it. It is what.
Yeah, yeah. I had a question about eating disorders. Do you believe in them? Do you think
Oh,
they
they
exist?
definitely exist. What do you mean? Do I believe in them? They are
So
absolutely true.
so how do you know? Like, how do you have people that have eating disorders that you work with?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, most people have an overeating disorder, right? By far,
Yes,
by
yes,
far, like
yes.
95%, maybe even more. But I have a few people who have an under-eating disorder, usually anorexia. I don't think I currently have anybody who's bulimic,
Mhm,
but I do have anorexia,
mhm,
and I do what I can. Here's the thing that's a little bit out of my department. So I encourage everybody who's anorexic, obviously, to see psychiatry and to follow up with psychiatry.
mhm,
Um, I will say, though, that for people who've been anorexic in the past,
mhm.
they truly benefit from the diet. Because with the diet, or just knowing about the diet, what it gives them is control. So they
Mhm.
lose the fear of gaining weight. And that is so important.
Yeah.
That gives them confidence to go ahead and eat. Because if
Mhm,
they do eat and they start, getting into the routine of eating more food and gaining weight,
mhm,
and they go too far in the, they gain too much weight, they now know
mhm.
how to lose it again. It gives them
Yeah.
control. And really, I think that a lot of eating disorders stem from a lack of control, not having the ability to regulate their weight. But now that they have that ability, they're comfortable settling in at really where their body functions best.
Mhm,
So no, I think that in yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good for people with eating disorders to
mhm,
know about how to lose weight.
mhm.
I think a lot of people with eating disorders, they're only told how to gain weight, how to gain weight, how to gain weight if they're too thin. I don't
Right.
think that really helps them in the long run. They need to know both. They need to know how to gain weight. Certainly, if particularly if they're underweight, they certainly do need to gain weight. But I think it's also important to understand how to lose it again should they ever need
Right.
to. I think that's very important.
That's the comfort to know that if I eat, I can still get down.
That's right. That's right.
So now I heard you on I think it was one of the chats you were talking about that you studied hunger, and that's how you got a lot of your information, studying hunger.
Well, studying, I don't know if did I say hunger?
You said
Just
hunger.
studying the fat cells, whatever it is, and hunger. I mean, I've studied. I mean, you go into the mechanisms of hunger. I mean, I can tell you a lot about the mechanisms of hunger. How I mean, it's we are hunger centers in the hypothalamus of our brain,
Hmm.
and I mean, we don't know a whole lot about how it works, but we know that's where it is. We know about some of the inputs, both
Hmm.
neurologically mediated inputs as well as hormonal inputs to the hypothalamus. And we're trying to do the best we can to figure out it's an extremely complex circuit.
Hmm.
Um, we know some of the things that affect it. We know that stimulants help to suppress your appetite. So coffee helps to suppress your appetite. Of course, there are prescription stimulants, weight loss medications. There might be other over-the-counter things that have some benefit, like 5 Hour Energy has things other than caffeine in it that might help.
Like what? What's in the 5 hour? Because that kills my appetite.
I don't read the ingredients. There's like a lot of ingredients on a 5 Hour
Yeah.
Energy.
I don't take it. I don't.
But if it works, I'm okay with it, because here's the thing. There's nothing the caffeine or whatever else is in these herbal things, they're not as bad for you as the fat is.
Yeah.
To lose the weight, use it. It's only temporary anyway. So although I will say, for me, as a maintenance, I do drink a lot of coffee because there are other benefits to coffee.
You do. That's what I wondered, because you in your book, you drink that flipping thing in the morning, that coffee.
Yeah, I do. I drink a lot of coffee. I don't always drink the lattes. Sometimes I just have black coffee. But I do. I drink a pretty good amount of coffee. I'd say if you added it all up, I'd probably drink 4 to 5 cups of coffee a day, maybe a little more.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's benefits in preventing certain things like cancer associated with caffeine in particular. I happen to love coffee, so knowing that it also may provide some benefit in preventing cancer, I just drink away freely.
But remember, I wrote you that time, those deep thumps in the night. Sometimes they've woken me right up. Just boom, boom.
It can happen. So then you got to regulate it. You were taking in too much for your body. Everyone's different.
But I noticed that one thing. I'm entering into menopause, kind of like things are not.
That's fine. Losing weight is the greatest thing you can do for that.
Yes.
It's going to be it's going to make the transition so easy.
I'm so thankful.
And from a vasomotor symptom, the hot flash, the night sweats, so much easier if you have less of this inflammatory tissue on the body.
Yes.
Mark my words, it'll change your life.
It's because I was getting hot flashes all the time, and it's so much better.
It's so much better.
The coffee, I noticed, is I think in one of the chats too, you said there was epinephrine. It kind of boosts your epinephrine, and I notice now on days if I don't drink the coffee, I get in a mood.
Okay,
and
then
so
drink your coffee.
I do, and even just like a half. I'm so sensitive to caffeine, but even a half a cup does me all morning.
Then drink half a cup and throw the rest away. Whatever.
Yeah, and then I do half a cup in the morning, and then I just sip the rest of the day. But I don't go past like 2 o'clock.
Perfect.
The other half,
and it works for you.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you found the routine that works for you. So I love it. I think that's great. Where you now? Remind me where you live again.
Arizona.
Arizona. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't. It's almost 8 o'clock there, right?
What time is it? Yeah, 1:45.
So you've already had dinner?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
I get up at usually 4 or 4:30.
Okay, you're an early riser.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I usually eat dinner like today. I ate at like 4:30.
Oh my gosh, you're about ready to go to bed here pretty soon, huh?
Oh, I go to bed like 8:30.
Okay, good. Well, that'll be great. What did you have for dinner?
I had a little turkey sandwich on those, those little square Hawaiian buns.
I do. They are really good. If they're fresh, they got to be fresh.
Yes.
Really good. They just sort of they just sort of melt. I mean, they're good. They're so
soft and sweet.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. You got to love those, right?
Yeah.
They're fantastic. So what'd you have? You had turkey on one of those?
I had turkey and cheese on that, and I think I ate it in 3 bites, I think it was, and then I had a cookie.
Perfect. Absolutely.
That I shoved in my mouth in 2 bites.
That's fine. Whatever. So here's the thing. Was that a good dinner?
Yeah, it was fine.
Did it taste good?
Yeah, it was great. Just what I wanted.
What kind of cookie did you have?
Chocolate chip homemade. I make them all the time.
I love that. It sounds so good. If I were to ask you tomorrow morning what you had for dinner tonight, would you remember?
Probably because I had that for breakfast, I had it for lunch, and I had it for dinner.
Perfect. Maybe even in 2 days you would. Probably in a week you would not.
No. I wouldn't remember.
But I will say this. You'll remember those specific bites longer than had you had a lot of something else. So if you had sat down and just had a lot of this and this and this and this, you would have forgotten it so much sooner. So just that's another nice benefit to eating small amounts. You're really, adding value to the bites that you're eating. But they're much more, each one's much more spectacular and memorable, right? It just makes eating better.
Well, one thing that you talked about, and I listened to so many of the chats, but it really hit home
Thanks.
because my kids tease me that I'm a minimalist. Like I don't like to have a lot of clothes. I
I
don't like
love it.
a lot of decorations for Christmas.
You're like me.
And I went to this house. I dropped my son off at his friend's house, and there were just decorations all over the grass. And I said, you can't really appreciate anything on that lawn because there's so
Too
much of
much
it.
to look at.
And it hit me though. It's with food. But the one thing that I'm not a minimalist is give me more food. And so I'm realizing it's the one area in my life that I have to learn to appreciate the minimal.
Interesting.
That less is good.
Interesting. I'm the other way around. I first got rid of the food, and then that has helped me get the extra junk out of the house. I'm going through every day, and I find something that I don't need anymore, and I just
Pitch
throw it
it.
away or
Yeah.
I donate it. And that's
Yeah.
for me, it's really a neat thing. I love, going through finding another piece of clothing that I just haven't worn in forever. I'm not going to, it's
Yeah.
too big, whatever. That gets in the I donate it. And just
Yeah.
getting rid of excess. We have just too many things these days.
I agree.
The kids, just too many toys. I mean, I can remember, I don't know, 5 or 6 toys when I was a kid. So for me, all this clutter, it's too much to process. Let's just get back to simple, basic living.
Yep. You
So
go to
that's sort of my thing.
Disneyland. Disneyland is just tons of everything, and I shut down.
I hear you. The great thing about Disneyland, though, is when you leave it, it's there. You don't have to take it home with you. Gosh forbid, you have to store any of that stuff at home, right? Not that obviously you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
But even like their stuff in their gift shops, I mean, there's so much.
Just so much.
You take it home, it just sits there. So don't even bother, and it's nice to go and have fun on the rides, whatever, and just experience the environment, but then go home and just leave it all. Don't take it home. That's all.
I just wish, I hope, I want to get there with food, that mindset.
You're so close. You don't understand. You're so close. I can taste it for you. It's just right.
Are you sure?
In fact, you may start to feel this when you get into the teens. When you drop down to 118, I bet you're going to feel it already. I do. I bet you're going to feel that you are on a slippery slope to the finish line. I think you're going to start to feel incredibly empowered and hunger-free. Get down.
I hope.
I think already you're going to start to feel it.
Because I like to appreciate a little bit. I don't like big and a lot and excess.
It's going to be perfect.
I hate excess.
Do you drink wine?
No, I don't like it.
You don't like alcohol?
Not at all.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
That makes it even easier. I'm not a big alcohol drinker, but maybe 2 or 3 times a week, I will have a glass of wine. And I love it. I enjoy it. Yeah, I didn't know if you were one of those people or not. But yeah,
no.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get there, because even when we go to the store and we were at Bed Bath & Beyond, and they had these huge Milk Dud boxes. I mean, have you seen a Milk Dud box lately? At some of these places, they're huge.
What's the point?
Why?
I mean, all you really need is one little Milk Dud.
Yeah.
If I would have one, I'm like, oh, I'm done. The difference between one and a whole box is nothing as far as flavor.
Sickness.
A lot in terms of carbon and extra weight and the consequences thereof and all. Just you're craving Milk Duds, buy a big box, take one out of it, and then throw the rest. Just hand the rest of the box back to the cashier who just gave it to you. Say, I'm done.
Oh, you're like my idol with that. I can't wait till that day.
I would love that. That would be a good one. So.
It kills me. I heard you on one of the chats going, just take a banana. And I looked at this beautiful banana I had. Just take a bite and throw it away. I'm not there.
For me, I did that, but where I learned to do it was in the doctor's lounge at our hospital.
Yeah.
They've got a big fruit bowl out. So it's easy.
Yeah.
Maybe in my dues I paid for that part of that banana, right? But other than that, I have absolutely no involvement in paying for that thing. So yeah, nothing holding me back from throwing it away. So I did. That's where I learned to take a bite of fruit and throw it away. I would take a bite of a banana, throw it away. I'd take an apple, say, what does this apple taste like? Take a bite of it. Oh, good one. Throw it away. Maybe peel an orange, take one little piece out of an orange.
Yeah.
Good, throw it away. I've had a fruit.
But, okay, but.
Right? I feel like I've had the whole fruit. I mean, gosh, and I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I put like no calories in the body. I mean, no real significant amount of carbon. And yet I felt like I had a full banana and a full orange and a full apple. I mean, it's
a bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
You had the bowl of fruit.
That's right.
But do you have to throw it? Like, why can't
Well, what else would you do with it? If you're going to pass it off on somebody else and they're going to have more, fine. I wouldn't want to be the person. I wouldn't want to be the recipient of a partially eaten banana. That's just me.
I guess.
Right? I mean, I guess you could break it off and then eat from the other end. I don't know, but that's just me.
Can't you like cut it and then put it back in the fruit bowl? And
not worth it. Not worth it. You know, it's sort of interesting when you think about it. Just an interesting bit of trivia. From the time that food is grown in our country, or is raised or reared in our country, from the time that it is raised to the time that we eat it, do you know what percentage of food? I mean, granted, this includes like bananas or apples, not bananas, but apples that may have fallen from the tree. But from the time that it's finished growing, ready to be eaten, to the time that we actually eat it, you know how much food is thrown away in America?
I no idea.
75%. We actually only consume as a country 25% of all food that is edible, ready to eat.
You're
Pretty
kidding.
impressive data. Pretty amazing, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just an interesting bit of trivia.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
whatever.
How'd you learn that?
I don't know. It's just my cousin is getting his a master's in environmental science. One of the bits of trivia he imparted upon me, so I'm now imparting it upon you.
75%.
Yeah. And then there'll be a lot of people that we will all know who won't let anything slip by. You know, they're going to clean every single plate, unfortunately, to their own peril.
I watched someone the other night at lunch was that I can't waste it. I can't waste this In-N-Out burger. I know you love In-N-Out.
Yeah.
And he ate an In-N-Out burger and he was trying to finish, and he's very thin. He was trying to finish his wife's half. And he said, I just can't do it. He couldn't do it, but he said, I don't want to waste the food.
But it's not wasting it, because it's eating it is wasting it. I mean,
right.
You know, anything above and beyond what your body requires to run itself, the energy is just waste. It doesn't do your body any good to put more and more and more in a reserve tank. It doesn't do anything. It just damages your body more.
And I know that here.
Not wasting it.
I know it here.
Then just start practicing it. And this is the other thing, you know, a lot of throwing food away, it's practice. It's learned.
Yes.
You know, for so many years we've been told you can't throw it away. You can't waste it, because we thought of it as wasting it. Then now to unlearn that, it takes practice.
It does. It does.
And you got to get good at it. You got to do it. But you've got to be willing to do it. And then practice it as often as possible. Eventually it'll become automatic. But do work on it.
Because, I grew up, I think I told you before, my parents were Depression babies. My mom lives in a home in Black Hawk in Northern California. I don't know if you've ever heard of Black Hawk. You're a golfer. And it's just, famous people have lived there. It's like, they're very comfortable.
Okay.
You go in the house, she's got foil hanging, baggies to reuse, paper towels. She won't throw anything away.
Yeah.
For food, no,
That's right.
And that mindset, you can't waste the food, you can't waste.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's my biggest battle.
The thing about this is food is never wasted when you throw it away, because it returns to the circle of life. 1,000,000 years from now, those carbon atoms will be back. They will be food again for some other organism. Not even that long. It'll be a lot quicker than that. But I'm just saying, the carbon may wind its way down in the deeper layers of the earth, and then it'll work its way back, come up through I don't know, through an earthquake or a volcano. It'll work its way back up on the top. It'll become incorporated in some plant or whatever, and it'll get eaten again. I mean,
Right.
these are recycled. On this planet, everything is recycled over time. So nothing is ever wasted. I don't care if you're putting it in the trash, you're saying to them, it's actually never ever wasted. It all ends up in some form of recycling mode.
Well, I figure it's better to waste it than to waste it.
You got it. That's exactly right. So think of it that way. This is true too. You can always think of it that way. But whatever you do, don't eat it. Whatever you do.
Because you said we're the top of the food chain unless we put that steak on our back and go to the ocean.
That's right.
The shark. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just reprogramming. It's like, come on.
You're going to understand it, but here's the other thing. You get down a little bit more in weight, everything, it'll just happen. I can't wait to have a conversation with you in a couple of weeks. It's going to be a little different. I promise you, it's going to be awesome.
Do your patients, do you see it in other patients all the time?
Oh, yeah. Many people feel exactly like you do. And then many people feel exactly like I know you're going to feel.
But you've seen people like with my attitude now.
Absolutely, all the time. I think we're all
I have to remember that.
Yeah, just hang in. Be willing to fight the good fight, as I say. Be willing to push through to the finish line. It will change your life.
Okay. I'm going to do it.
And now's the time. You were perfect tonight. And tomorrow and lunch and dinner and next thing you know, just keep doing it. Just be perfect. Just be very, systematic about how you're eating. And next thing you know, you're there.
Yeah. I like what you say in the book, though. You want us to face that fear and face the hunger.
That's it. And bring it on. Particularly if you're just starting. For anybody who's watching or in the future will be watching, just starting with this program, just fight through that initial hunger, that intense hunger that's going to come on in waves. Initially, it does go away. You've just got to fight. Get over that third day. Then everything starts to feel comfortable and manageable. But you gotta fight.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you get some sleep because you've got bedtime, right?
I got a half hour in me.
You're doing so good. I'm so excited for you. So thanks for joining too, because without you, it would have been another skipped, week. And I'm glad that you had a chance to come on and talk to me.
What happened to that one chat?
The one that was, what? Here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe it's my OCD or whatever. I hated the fact that one you had to plug in, and I just
but it was so good.
And I couldn't find a direct link, so I'm like, I'm just going to throw it away.
I just plugged it in on my phone when I ride the dog in the morning.
Was it good?
Yes.
No.
You didn't like it not matching.
I didn't like it not matching. So that was my doing. I'm sorry.
No, it's
fine. I was just too anal about that. Whatever.
I was able to watch it a couple times.
Okay, good.
So, yeah.
All right. For those of you who missed out on that chat and will never have an opportunity to see it again, be forewarned. That's why you need to come and experience these things live, right? Come here, join us. It'd be fun.
Yeah, where is everybody?
I don't know. Well, their loss is your benefit.
Yeah.
So that's it's a lot of one-on-one times, which I think is a good thing. All right. Hopefully I'll see you again next week, and maybe some of the people. That'd be great. Yay, I'm so excited.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. You're doing great. I'm really excited. I'm so excited for you. We'll see you next week.
Okay, take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.